We discovered our Hobie wave had a leak when fresh water started pouring out of the holes while sitting on the trailer. We talked to the Hobie dealer who told us how we could find the leak and repair it ourselves. We assembled the tools and materials shown on the screen and went to work. We cut a small piece of green hose and attached it to the head of our air gun. We could have also used the discharge side of a shop vac or just blown air with our mouths. I removed the boat plug and put the air hose into the hull. With a few short puffs of air and my partner standing by with some soapy water, we quickly discovered where the air was escaping. Our Hobie dealer warned us that there was a small hatch from construction underneath this gray seat pad and that we need to remove the seat pad with a heat gun in order to check it out. Unless you plan to replace the seat pad, it's important to use your heat gun on a very low setting so that you don't melt the plastic or damage the foam. After gently peeling back the foam piece, we clean up the area and you can see the leaking hatch. The yellow adhesive is what seems to have failed, so we gently take out the screws and save them for later. This is important to try to use a plastic scraper to remove the hatch so that you don't damage the plastic of the hull. In our case, it was so stuck that we needed to very cautiously use a screwdriver to pop it open. And so now I bring back in the plastic scraper in order to remove all of this old adhesive, removing these little burrs here which could prevent the hatch from laying flat when we reinstall it. Lastly, to prep, we want to clean everything really well with alcohol to make sure that all residue is removed. Be sure to do the same for the lid of the hatch, as it will also have residue on it. And now with the nice clean hatch, we can see how when we put it in place, all the screw holes should line up. As we remove it, we're ready to start putting in our marine grade silicone. We chose to use this 3M silicone and not an actual adhesive based on the recommendation from the manufacturer that someone may need to remove this plate again in the future for repairs or for any other reason. So we want a waterproof seal, but we don't want it to be permanently bonded. As you can see here, the hatch is put in place, and then we put the screws back in one at a time. We're never going to tighten down any one screw all the way because we want to apply even pressure. So we'll put in each screw a few turns, switch to another screw, and make sure that we get a nice squeeze. By the end, all the screws are snug tight, and I'm using my finger to make sure that the silicone sealant is all the way down in the groove. Now let it cure for 24 hours. The following day, using our air gun again and more soapy water on the repair, we can see that with a little bit of air pressure, we're not getting any air bubble. Our repair is now a success, and we can prep the foam surface and the hull for adhering the pad back in place using some alcohol. Using this Gorilla Glue cement, we're going to coat both sides to be adhered together with a thin layer. Give them just a second to get tacky, and then you'll see we'll slowly mash the foam down into place, making sure we don't get any air bubbles underneath. And we have our blue painter's tape nearby to tape it down, give the glue a chance to set, make sure that our pad doesn't curl up. Our repair is now complete, and our Hobie Cat is ready to go, stored with the boat plug out. Be sure to leave us a comment and subscribe to the channel.